The
international news wires are filled with stories of just
General M. Bison
made a mysterious rise from
to be a madman intent on world domination.
overthrow of the democratic
Bison.
in Shadowloo City just after
Fighting continues in this war-ravaged corner of San Diego.
Civilians taken hostage.
AN forces are consolidating their hold on
Bison appears certain to emerge victorious. Bison seems to be unstoppable.
is unbeatable.
I don't think so.
Damn you, Kyle!
Coming soon, the action-packed movie Street Fighter. Cool. And now playing at White Castle, it's the Street Fighter Movie Challenge. Just pull the tab on your Kick-In Street Fighter Cup, and you can win free White Castles, Super Street Fighter 2 game cartridges, or how about a week in Hollywood? So hurry over to White Castle. Kind of makes you hungry, doesn't it? White Castle, what you crave.
Straight to my feet. When you feel the beat, you gotta move, G.
Street Fighter is a 1994 action film written and directed by Stephen E. D'Souza, based on the video game series of the same name, developed and published by Capcom. It was one of the two films released in 1994, specifically adapting Street Fighter II, following Street Fighter II, the animated movie. Distributed by Universal Pictures in the United States and Columbia TriStar Film Distributors internationally. The film stars Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raul Julia in his final theatrical film role, along with supporting performances from Byron Mann, Damien Chapa, Kylie Minogue, Ming-Na Wen, and Wes Studi. The adaptation focuses on the efforts of Colonel Guile Van Damme to bring down General M. Bison Julia, the military dictator and drug kingpin of Shadowloo City, who aspires to conquer the world with an army of genetic super soldiers, while enlisting the aid of Street Fighters Rao, Man, and Ken Chapa to infiltrate Bison's empire and help destroy it from within. The film was commercially successful, with a worldwide box office gross approximately 3 times its production cost. Home video releases and television broadcasts were also profitable. While it earned Capcom a return of 15 billion yen, $165 million, from the box office and home media, it was poorly received by critics and fans for its campy tone, unfaithfulness to the source material, and overblown effects. However, Julia's performance as M. Bison was singled out for widespread critical acclaim and garnered him a nomination for Best Supporting Actor at the Saturn Awards. The film was Julia's final theatrical performance as he died from a stroke 2 months before the film's release. The film is dedicated to his memory.
This is Chung Lee Zan with GNT News. AN forces are consolidating their hold on Shadowloo City today. They know that defeating the ragtag city militia is one thing. Defeating the heavily armed forces of General M. Bison is quite another.
Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raul Julia wage a no-holds-barred battle of strength and skill in the explosive action-adventure Street Fighter, inspired by the phenomenally successful interactive video game and marking the directorial debut of Stephen D'Souza, screenwriter of 48 Hours and Die Hard. Street Fighter stars Jean-Claude Van Damme as Colonel Guile, a commando who leads a band of underground street fighters on a covert mission to rescue civilians from a psychopathic, self-styled warlord named Bison, who is bent on world domination, played by Raul Julia.
All I want to do is to create the perfect genetic soldier.
Chun-Li Zhang, played by Ming-Na Wen, is a television reporter who has her own personal reasons for wanting to see Bison destroyed.
I don't want a story about Bison. I want his head.
Cammy, Guile's right-hand lieutenant, played by Australian pop singer Kylie Minogue. Sagat, played by Wes Studi, a gladiator who challenges Guile's fighting abilities.
Guile, that's me, Guile. I'm like a very strong, macho.
Bison, that's the character I play. Bison is the king of the bad guys.
Your turn now.
I've never had such a high caliber cast.
D'Souza places his large cast in Shadaloo, a fictional city torn from today's headlines.
Even the story itself is a story about a Desert Storm kind of situation.
The film has the Asian type of look. Then we have all those James Bond type of set. Also, we have the Saga world is like a deer hunter type of look, very smoky ambiance. But the people from Street Fighter will become alive.
I think these are the people that you want to be yourself. Because I know I want to be Chun-Li. When I'm her, I'm like powerful.
Cammy's possibly everything I'm not. And I think it's great that she's a woman in such a powerful position.
Sayonara,
Let's
buddy.
go. There's these two guys in the film, Ken and Ryu, who are able to make light of their situation, which is just about every 5 minutes in a death situation.
The next fight, the challenger,
him.
I think this movie is much more funny than I realized.
Zangief is the big Russian, is a bodyguard for General Bison.
This is a fun movie about a fantasy kind of a land, some otherworldly sort of like Star Trek. In this movie, it's neat because you have so many different colors, you know, the nationalities of it all brought together. You know, we get caught here and there, but we end up fighting our way out.
With this many characters portrayed in Street Fighter, the high action is a constant challenge.
This movie, as opposed to a lot of other movies I've done, like Die Hard 1 and 2 and Lethal Weapon 2 and 3 and many other big action movies, this movie, the challenge in it is 7 or 8 or 9 different characters. And every one of them fight, and they all have different moves.
The most complicated of all the many action sequences is the film's climactic battle between Van Damme's Guile and Raul Julia's Bison.
Are you men enough to fight with me? Anyone who opposes me will be destroyed.
We wanted to make this movie play as real as possible. A lot of high caliber weapons, yes.
And that's what excites me about making movies in any way, whether it's Conan or Badlands or The Crow. I think it's stretching the medium and finding new ways to make film work.
Prepare for stealth mode.
Street Fighter lives up to its name. Bigger than life heroes. Larger than life stars. Delivering a full-out, non-stop action assault.
You'll enjoy it. It's going to be a good movie.
Street Fighter.
In the video arcades, the Street Fighter series is a knockout. The games have earned more than $500 million. Hollywood figures any game that can suck up that kind of money might get some kicks at the box office, as long as Jean-Claude Van Damme is doing the kicking. Street Fighter is the new Jean-Claude Van Damme adventure epic based on a hit video game. The Muscles from Brussels leads an heroic attack force against the evil Bison, who is played by the late Raul Julia. Van Damme says it's action-packed, but not overly violent.
And what I like about it, it's a PG-13, so it will be a movie for kids and parents, but it's nice as an action star to be able to do so.
Sadly, this proved to be Raul Julia's last film. He died in October. But while we were on the set, he seemed energetic and in good spirits. His family was by his side, as he told us he had a very personal reason for making this film.
My children play the video game, and as soon as I mentioned the title of the film, all of a sudden their faces lit up.
Jean-Claude recently donated the costume Raul wore to Planet Hollywood in New York. He spoke kindly of Raul, as has everyone who knew him.
Outside the set, he was a great guy. He loved the table. He loved to talk about life, about everything. He was a man with lots of culture, so he was like a great person to be with and a great family.
Street Fighter opens around the country tomorrow. Meanwhile, Jean-Claude is set to direct his first film. Starting in March, he'll travel to China, Thailand, and Canada to do a thing called The Quest. He's also starring in the movie along with Roger Moore, who plays the bad guy this time.
5 years ago, I was the new Chuck Norris.
I don't know what's going on.
7 years ago, I was the new Bruce Lee. Now I'm the new Arnold.
It just shows you anything is possible.
So maybe in a year from now, I will be the new Zaza Gabor.
Darling, there's a limit.
I don't think so.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is shaking his tough guy image and his booty with rap star Hammer, trying to reach fans who don't give a Van Damme.
I'm changing slowly, not to try to escape from action movies, but to go back and forth, to try to reach the big audience.
Which he's sure to hit, turning the mega-hit video game Street Fighter, one of the most popular arcade games in the world, into a feature-length movie. While Van Damme admits this isn't a huge dramatic stretch, it is a start.
At least I've got something to do, a challenge. Because if I stay in the action, I will make lots of money, I will be very happy, but I want to do something different.
Here's something different. The guy we're used to seeing busting heads is now busting a move with Hammer, shooting a music video for the Street Fighter soundtrack. But don't worry now, Hammer isn't about to make any martial arts movies.
I know my limitations.
Yeah, the guy...
I'm not going to try to take your wallet.
And here's actual proof that the bruising Belgian isn't as tough as he is on screen. Check out who's on the sidelines of his dancing debut. None other than his mom, his dad, and his wife.
I'm lucky I've got a great family, great parents, so I've got family values.
So as the kinder, gentler, dancing tough guy waits for the right role to come along and show his soft side, he'll continue to kick butt in movies like Street Fighter. And that's just fine with Van Damme.
The action, romance, a comedy, that can be funny. Trust me.
Mike Munro met the action man on set for this exclusive report.
Some call him the Muscles from Brussels. To others, he's simply Van Damage. Whatever you call him, Jean-Claude Van Damme is kickboxing his way to the big time.
You look in the eyes and they understand. If you look at the guy in the eyes when he get maybe drunk or upset, you know you're for real with the eyes.
Okay, let's go, folks. Thank you. Let's close up. Very quiet, please, Bill.
This is his latest movie, Street Fighter, a $50 million production now being shot here on the sets of Warner Brothers Movie World on the Gold Coast.
Looking forward to it? Yes. What are the big challenges for you in this movie?
Lots of dialogue.
Lots of dialogue. You're looking forward to that, huh?
Yeah, what's nice also, it's like kids, they want to see my movies. They always have to wait on videos to enjoy them. No, in this movie, nobody die, nobody bleed. So it's something kids can go see in the theater.
Yeah. Darcy, what's it like being married to one of the most sexiest men in the world?
Lots of action.
Lots of action? Is that right? These days, people wait for Jean-Claude Van Damme. But it was a very different story just 6 years ago when he left his native Belgium for the lights of Hollywood. Things were so tough in the early days, weren't they, that you actually had to sleep in your car?
Yeah. Yeah, but many people did it, I guess. But so I rent a car, and I was trying to visit, to introduce myself to some agency and producer, film directors. It's difficult.
In fact, you used to put your photograph and biography underneath their windscreens, didn't you?
Yes, yes, you never know.
It might sound odd, but it worked. Since making his debut in 1988 in this movie, Bloodsport, he's had a meteoric rise. And while you may only see karate and kickboxing now, it wasn't always this way. In the early days, Van Damme was just as interested in perfecting a pirouette. You did ballet too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did ballet too.
Why was that?
Ballet it's fun. It's like it's lots of stretching. And you have to be very powerful to be a ballet dancer.
So bodybuilding, karate, ballet, were they all a part of your long-term plan?
They were like weapons to build me for the USA, if I can say so.
To prepare you for Hollywood?
Yeah, it really prepared me without knowing.
Also starring in Street Fighter is Kylie Minogue. She plays the role of Cammy, Van Damme's British intelligence officer. And Kylie has quickly learnt what an action movie is all about.
This is makeup. This is real. Can you see that? This is proof that we do martial arts training.
Yeah, I mean, there's all red blotches and everything.
Yeah, I've never had so many bruises in my life because we're kicking each other.
So show us what you've learned. Can you show us what you've
I'm not allowed to take my eyes off you if I understand. Can you?
How have you found Kylie?
It's great. Full of life, very charming. She's a good actress. She's got something very special.
146, take one, cameras A and C. Go ahead.
Action. At 33, Van Damme has already muscled his way into the big league.
We have 12 hours left.
He now commands over $3 million a movie and is being hailed as the new Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Libya, North Korea.
You like that?
It doesn't disturb me, but we're different.
What sort of differences?
You take bigger salary, make bigger movie.
But he's older.
Yeah, but that's okay. Tom Cruise is young too.
But even Van Damme admits there are chinks in his armor. And do you have any one weakness, do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm impatient.
You're impatient?
I'm very impatient, but I'm getting better with the age.
And what about women? I've read that you've said that women can often be your weakness.
Yeah, I'm changing with the age too.
Yeah. If ever he was impatient, and over a woman, it was in February of this year when he secretly married his fourth wife, Darcy Lapierre. How did Darcy react? When
she cried.
Did she?
She cried a lot.
She's in love.
She lost some water.
But his huge appeal to women and his powerful kick at the box office certainly haven't silenced the critics. They say he just can't act. And one English critic, I think, even said that you have the acting ability of a turnip.
Right, what's a turnip?
A turnip, it's a vegetable.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
It's funny. So you don't see yourself today as a Jack Nicholson or an Anthony Hopkins?
That dispute has at last been resolved, and it was a happy team that faced the cameras on the Gold Coast today.
It was the movie role that came out of the blue.
Initially, I couldn't do the role because I've got an album that's hanging in the balance, as we speak. But it was far too exciting to miss, and we rearranged my schedule. And I'm very happy to be here.
But the minute the director of the $35 million movie, Street Fighter, saw Kylie Minogue, he knew she was right for the part.
I was going to get off the plane and call, did we find anybody yet? And I started reading Who magazine on the plane, that she was on the cover. And I said, who's this? And then I saw inside that she was an actress and a singer, and was all, and was so well known, and like a couple of hours later, we were burning up the phone lines.
And the movie's star, Jean-Claude Van Damme, couldn't be happier with the selection.
I think she's great. She's following orders.
That's what you think.
Anyone who doesn't follow the orders.
And what I like about she's not too tall, so I look even bigger.
The movie is based on the #1 best-selling video game of the same name and is very physical, something Kylie's had to train to deal with.
I don't have the right outfit on. I am quite muscular under this.
Also starring as the evil General Bison is Raul Julia, best known from his role in the Addams Family movies.
No, Gomez Addams is a wimp compared to General Bison.
After some initial filming in Thailand, the crew moved to the Movie World studios on the Gold Coast, where they'll film for another 9 weeks. But all hasn't gone smoothly. A row over overseas actors saw much of the movie's stunt team go on strike, a conflict that was resolved yesterday amid much secrecy. None of those involved with the film would talk about it today. As for Kylie, after the long wait since The Delinquents, she's keen for some more roles, boosted by the higher profile this film will give her in the United States.
But I would love to do more movies, absolutely.
Hollywood mega hits like Die Hard and Beverly Hills Cop. Jim Murray takes a look.
Take. Before Axel Foley's dry wit and penchant for trouble returned in Beverly Hills Cop 3, before Fred Flintstone came to life on the big screen, there was Steven D'Souza, the screenwriter behind 2 of the summer's most anticipated films. D'Souza began scripting The Flintstones 7 years ago, and though a team of over 30 writers reworked his original screenplay, he shares a credit on the finished product.
It's a novelty to do a movie where no one gets shot with an automatic weapon. That was fresh for me.
Making a name for himself in action films, D'Souza's impressive list of credits includes the Arnold Schwarzenegger films Commando and Running Man, and 48 Hours.
I was one of these kids who used to go to the movies, the kind of movies that I'm writing now, action movies and science fiction pictures. I spent 2 years in 9th grade because I always had a detective novel behind my algebra book.
Oh, we are just up to our neck in terrorists again, John.
Those childhood studies inspired him to create Detective John McClane in the huge hits Die Hard and Die Hard 2.
I never get writer's block because the movies I write, I kind of see them in my head out of order. I don't know why, and I can't find anybody else who says, yeah, I do that too. So I'm not going to go into therapy because if it works, don't fix it.
D'Souza's first Hollywood efforts weren't nearly as explosive.
I did start out with Bowling for Dollars. It was my first job directing. After 3 weeks, I got fired because I was letting the bowlers bowl too fast.
But D'Souza may have the last laugh. He wrote the action film Street Fighter, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. The film is currently in production in Bangkok, Thailand, and marks his feature film directorial debut. Jim Moray, CNN Entertainment News, Hollywood.
What are you doing here?
That was going to be my question. What have you done with Ken and Ryu?
I let them go.
Oh, so you kidnapped them and then let them go?
Yes, but we don't have time for this. If you stay in this camp, you're going to be in terrible danger.
I think you overestimate yourself. And you're still under arrest.
got it.
Even if you don't want any trouble, straight to my feet. When you feel the beat, you gotta move, G.
The film was not well received, with Leonard Moulton gave the film his lowest rating, writing that even Jean-Claude Van Damme fans couldn't rationalize this bomb. The Washington Post said the film was notably only for being the last film made by Raul Julia, an actor far too skilled for the demands of an evil warlord, but far too professional to give anything less than his best. The New York Times referred to the film as a dreary, overstuffed hodgepodge of poorly edited martial arts sequences and often unintelligible dialogue, with Sight and Sound describing Kylie Minogue's Cammy as hilarious miscasting as a military wench.
Straight to my feet. When you feel the beat, you gotta move, G.
A soundtrack was released on December 6, 1994 by Priority Records, featuring mostly rap or hip-hop. It also included Straight to My Feet by MC Hammer.
It's Hammer!
Which was released as a single and charted number 57 in the UK. Graham Revell composed the film's score, and Revell ignored previously existing music from the franchise. The music differs from Revell's more popular style, with the absence of pervasive electronic elements, and is entirely orchestral as the score is performed by the London Symphony Orchestra.
Straight to my feet. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Straight to my feet. When you feel the beat, just move, G. Straight to my feet. When you feel the beat, you gotta move. Straight to my feet. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Straight to my feet. Straight to my feet. Yo, you ready? Makes you wanna move with it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, now sing. Dancing all night long. Straight to my feet. Straight to my feet. Straight to my feet. Yeah, shout out to Show and Tell, Weinstein and Angel. We out of here. Straight to my feet. When you feel the beat, you gotta move, G.
Street Fighter, the action-packed adventure of the year, is about to hit video stores everywhere. We're coming! Jean-Claude Van Damme, Raul Julia.
You'll have to do better than that. Okay.
Street Fighter, coming soon to video cassette.
Time's up. The answer is C.
Sir, we're pushing back the enemy.
Street Fighter, now available to own on video.
The film was released on the VHS format in 1995, initially for video rental stores. In the United States, the film sold more than 250,000 rental tapes in 1995. The film was also released on Laserdisc around the same time.
Now, who wants to go home and who wants to go with me?
He is the king of action.
Prepare for stealth mode.
It is the champion of fun, taking in nearly $2 billion in worldwide video game sales. And when MCA Universal Home Video releases the action-packed movie that combines the two together,
It's showtime.
watch out. MCA Universal Home Video presents Jean-Claude Van Damme.
The perfect genetic soldier.
In the action-adventure event of the year, Street Fighter. Written and directed by Stephen E. D'Souza, writer of 48 Hours, Die Hard, and The Running Man. This fast-paced, feel-good film is non-stop family entertainment.
Sayonara, buddy.
Critics everywhere flipped over Street Fighter. It will get you cheering in your seats, says World of Fandom magazine. Van Damme rocks. The screen explodes. Every frame is packed with dazzles. And And no wonder. Just look at the numbers this guy racks up in the home video action market. From kickboxer to hard target, Jean-Claude Van Damme is video rental dynamite. And the smash hit Time Cop continues to be one of the top rental titles for 1995. The 1994 national theatrical release also stars Raul Julia in his last action role.
Anyone who opposes me will be destroyed.
And Wes Studi dances with wolves in The Last of the Mohicans.
The next fight! The challenger! Him!
In releasing this slam-bang title onto video cassette, MCA Universal Home Video is planning an all-out barrage of television and radio advertising. An exciting Street Fighter television campaign will be featured on all the major networks, plus USA, TBS, VH1, CNN, the Discovery Channel, and Headline News. Also, an extensive post-Street Date radio campaign will air over the 4th of July weekend in top national markets. The combined campaign will achieve over 150 million consumer impressions.
They know we're coming.
In-store POP will include catalog sheets, one-sheets, 4-panel brochures, and a colorful Street Fighter standee to be shared with 2 other upcoming MCA Universal Home Video releases, Demon Knight and Darkman 2.
Behold, the face of your destruction. Me.
So you think it's going to be a soft summer? You think there's going to be a shortage of action?
I don't think so.
You're darn right there isn't, because Jean-Claude Van Damme is coming. Street Fighter. Available on video cassette and laserdisc from MCA Universal Home Video.
Street Fighter, the movie. For Sega Saturn and Sony PlayStation will blow you away. Light years beyond any other game in the Street Fighter universe. It's the gut-wrenching fight of your life. Experience non-stop action with eye-popping digitized graphics. Battle head-to-head with the stars of the movie. Attack and defend with hundreds of outrageous moves. The clock is ticking. The world is watching. And the fight has just begun. Street Fighter the movie for Saturn and PlayStation is coming soon. Out here, it's a whole other game.
Street Fighter the movie was released as an arcade game in 1995, and the game was wildly panned by critics. While a home console video game titled Street Fighter the movie was released for PlayStation and Sega Saturn, it is not a port, but a separately produced game based on the same premise.
I'm sorry. I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Bison has made his bid for world domination. Now the clock is ticking. Who can defeat this madman? Capcom Street Fighter official movie fighters. Colonel Guile and his Street Fighters move in to take Bison out, but arms dealer Victor Sagat destroys their plans with his Devastator.
Fire!
So Guile charges the competition with the savage Street Striker. Sagat, your time is up! It's a countdown to the ultimate showdown, fighting in the street
For control of the world!
Capcom Street Fighter, the official movie collection. Devastator comes with exclusive Sagat figure. Street Striker and other figures each sold separately.
Thanks for watching, but is it over?
System activated. Good morning, General Bison. What is your menu choice for today?